First things first, check in with the body. Promise your body and all your cells that you're going to keep them safe in your practice. And then start to stack up. Let's go into the Manamaya Kosh first. Let's go into the food body. So we're going to go into the food body first. Everything we eat becomes our body tissues. Everything, the proteins come in and they're stacked together so beautifully, you know, and then we go into the bone marrow, from the bone marrow, then into the bone, to the surrounding tissues, the vascular system, the organs. Go within, check in with what we've been eating lately. Have I been stress eating? Or have I finally moved beyond that and I feel a little lighter? Maybe I've moved into something else instead. So check in with the gut. And then from the gut, check in with the heart. And from the actual heart into the figurative heart. And notice if you can push that emotional heart, that energetic heart, all the way out into the ribs so that it presses into the flesh of the thoracic body. Moving that energetic heart down into the arms all the way to the fingertips, up to the top of the head. Down through the legs, all the way to the soles of the feet. And then knowing who's out there and knowing who's joining us, knowing what you're capable of, take that energetic heart and start to push it down through the mat, through the floor, until you feel some sort of connection down and below. Something kind of like a kindred spirit in the planet. And then knowing that if your mind and your soul are capable of that, start to push out beyond the bounds of the skin. Increasing in size. This is not time to shrink. We are not going to become small. This is the time where we are supposed to learn to expand. In the silence, in the quiet. Beyond the skin, beyond the crown of the head, out beyond hearing, out beyond vision. Keep going. And then add full breath. And then once you've expanded as far as the mind feels like it can, allow. Allow energy and spirit to take it even further. As you shift into the right foot, let the arms rise, palms turn up. Take that left heel, kick it slightly behind, either toes on the floor or heel rising. Reach up through the crown of the head, down through the sole of the right foot, and don't pull yourself back into the binding of the skin. Keep expanding. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Slide that toe in and forward. Cross it in front of the ankles. Slide the toes down. Hands come to hips. And then slide down the legs, holding or all the way to the floor. Don't shrink. Physical movement and spiritual movement are two different things. They can be combined. We usually look outward at one, inward at the other, but right now let's go outward with both. Next time you breathe in, pull that body. Arms sweep out. Get big. Take up all the space you need. That foot is going to slide out. Toes are up. Either hold here, maybe even a little bend in the hips if you need to release, or a bitty Udita B. Lift. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. And then feet come together. Forward fold. Thighs, knees, shins, floor. And then alternate, straighten and bend. Beautiful. So if you're down here at the thighs, stretch through those hips first. We're completely locked together. Back, hips, glutes, and hams. We want to stretch it all out completely at first, and then move into more and more length. Straighten the backs of both of those legs if you can. Find the breath. Bend the knees. Roll it up. Shoulders land, palms wide, pinky side of the hand in. That's going to pull those shoulder blades together and get big. As my instructor says, take up some room. Don't be tight. Don't let that energy settle around the skin like cellophane. We want to be big and fluffy. Fluffy. Left foot, right toes, slide back, hold here, or let the toe come up. And we just hold and we breathe. And if we want the arms to go ahead and rise, the arms can go ahead and rise. And we hold in that left glute. We bring the belly in. We love it. Breathe it. Wow! And then that toe slides through. Yes, cross it. And let the toes come down, bend down and in. So a single leg hamstring stretch. If you need to bend both knees and just perch, then bend both knees and perch. Yes. Breathe it in and out. Roll it up. Palms out, big, wide arms. Toes out, lift, rise, toes stay on the floor if you need to. This is about the glute. This is about the shift from feeling the ground to rising tall, rising up into the heavens. Breathe in, breathe out, bring it together, hands to thighs, roll it down. Forward fold for just a moment. Breathe it in. Release it out. Bend both knees a lot. Right foot steps back, pyramid pose. So we step back about 20 or 30 inches. If you've got a real short stance and you need to hold at the knee, hold at the knee. Or press back and attempting to straighten both legs but not lock them out. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Gorgeous. Two choices. Front leg either stays straight or it bends so that you can rise comfortably. Hands sweep forward. We lift. Bring that back foot through and balance with a bent knee. Gorgeous. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Slide that foot all the way back for a big high lunge. For a heel high warrior one, make all the stutter steps. Do all of these things until you can find the comfort space where that left knee is right over that ankle or behind, preferably not forward. Pull the belly button in, drop the shoulders, breathe it in. Breathe it out. Arms drop out into T. As you bring the pinky sides of the hands together, let that body slide forward into a full pranam. So you're reaching forward, the universe. You've expanded into the earth. Let's expand into the universe. And the universe is going to have a little jug of universe juice right there. And they're going to pour it into your hands. Breathe it in. Breathe it out as the hands sweep up, that foot sweeps forward. We step side by side. We breathe at the top, palms come together. And then hands float down. And just breathe. Now the movement and the concentration pulls us into the brain. So then send it back out. And breathe. Very nice. Arms sweep up. Forward fold. Hold here, 2 breaths. Take this as far as you want. Make it as gentle as you want. Left foot steps back roughly 20 to 30 inches. Both heels plant, or we come up to the thigh, we step back and we hold. Bending knees as need be, pyramid pose, fingertips touch or they don't. Try to expand even with the brain being locked into the hamstrings or the low back. Breathe in, breathe out. The hands are going to sweep forward, so either the knee bends or the leg stays straight. Sweep it forward, lift. Breathe, belly button draws in. We're going to shift forward. I'm going to slide back so I don't hurt Ori. We're going to shift and lift that left knee. Reach up through the fingertips. If you need to have the toes on the floor, toes go to the floor. Breathe like you're taking a giant step up in life. Inhale. Exhale, huge step back, heel stays high, gingerly like a cheetah, or stutter it like a human. Holding, breathing, front knee right over that ankle or right behind it. Back leg straight or bent. Knee pressure comes off here for some people, or reach and reach and reach, and then arms slide out in T. Pinky side comes together. We reach at an angle. The universe is going to pour more into us so that we can then get even bigger. Whoa! I closed my eyes. I was all into it. And I almost ate it. Breathe in. I was so overfull with universe. And then step it up and together. Sweep it up. Palms come together. Hands to heart. And just hold. Belly button draws in. Thank you. All right, we have an update. Scooty is safe in the house. Breathing in. Breathing out. On the next exhale, hands sweep down. We're going to reach out and up. Find your tree. Right knee comes out. We either come into the ankle, just below the knee, or we holster up here. Above the knee joint is not a handle to hold the heel. We hold up and in. And then any hand configuration that makes you feel magical. Yes, you too. Feel magical. Breathing in. Breathing out. When the leg is ready to release, the arms sweep out. Release that leg down next to the other. Forward fold down. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Hands to thighs, shins, or floor. Left leg rises up behind. Supported warrior 3. You want to come all the way up and bring those arms out. You're welcome to. But make sure you're pressing down. If you're going to hold forward into the thigh, awesome. That's that pranam position, or you could kick the heel up and hold here. You could also use the back of a chair or even a wall. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hands come down, feet come down. Find that forward fold. Knees bend, arms sweep out the side, hold wide arm Utkatasana. Boom! Yeah! Yes, expand. Thumbs turn up. Plug in to the places around you. Reach up, thumbs together. Inhale, close that prayer, bring it down to the heart. And take breath. Expand. Notice the edges of the skin and move beyond them. Come on, y'all. I don't feel you yet. Push all the way to Crownsville. All the way here. Push it. Shove it. On the next exhale, the hands drop down. Sweep them up. Hold here. Decide what your left side tree is going to look like. You could hold here. You could hold here. Slide it in. Lift it. Bring it all the way in. All the way up and in. Now, this posture took me a long time to get a handle on because the knee wants to come forward because that hip flexor wants to help. The goal is to get the knee back in line with the pelvis. And then the balance becomes compromised because of it. So this is just the greatest posture for all of that. Push me, pull you. It's beautiful. Inhale. Exhale. That foot's going to land. We're going to forward fold. Roll around in this forward fold for just a minute. Stretch out what needs stretching, and then that right leg is going to come up behind you. Either the hand to the thigh, that right leg slides back, you hold here, or we lift all the way up, or expand even further out. So it's up to you. You want to hold here, hold here. Find the breath, expand, expand. Push the energy out as you exhale. Hands come to land, feet land. Beautiful. Those of you that like a garland squat, fingertips down, toes out, heels out, toes out. We drop for the yogi squat. Those of you that aren't going there are going to go to a wide Utkatasana squat. Anybody that wants to fly a crow here. If you don't know what I mean, don't worry about it. Breathe it in and breathe it out. With that crow, make sure that vision goes a little further forward. Inhale. Exhale, feet land. Find yourself in your deepest position. Hands come together. We're all going to shoot up together. Here we go. Breathe it in. Breathe it out and lift. Palms stay together. Toes are out. Nice. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Roll the heels up. Squeeze the glutes in and around that tailbone. Beautiful. If you need to go from side to side because the ankles are grumpy, then breathe it in. Breathe it out. Heels land, arms come out. Forward fold, toes out. There you go. Breathing in. Breathing out. Push the heels out and back. Now we've got a wide leg forward fold. Let that upper body go. Let your head shake. Yes. Oh, yes. Loosen all the tension. Breathing in. And out. Now shake the head. No. No, I will not shrink. Just because I'm out of routine, I will not shrink. And then pause. Okay, knees are going to bend. Right hand is going to plant where it is. Left hand plants where it is. Right foot shoots back. Long, wide lunge. Slide forward. There's no I can't. There you go. Breathing in. Breathing out. Plant that right hand. Roll that left arm up. Yes, ma'am, left arm or other left. Whatever you want. Left arm. There you go. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Put that left hand down. Now big step forward, wide forward fold. Now, if that was beyond the limits of where you wanted to go this morning, don't worry about it. Make it work for you. You could always stay in the wide forward fold and just lift your right hand this time. Those that want to, big knee bend, hands plant, right leg steps wide up and out. And then that left hand plants. We widen through the groin space. And then knee stays over ankle. Yep. And then right arm rolls up. Beautiful. So we're wide across the axis of the groin. Yes. If you're in a forward fold, just enjoy it. You want to lift a hand, not lift a hand. You want to shorten your stance. Do whatever you need to do. Breathe in. Breathe out. That hand rolls down. Step that left foot in. Forward fold. Inhale. Exhale. Walk the hands to the right foot. Yep. We walk to the right foot. We grab on with the left hand. We can grab on behind the knee, behind the ankle, or the outside edge of the foot, and then roll the right arm open again. So if you're way up here because you have long legs, then you're way up here. Gorgeous. Breathing. Let that right arm slide down, cross in front of your left, slide the hands up by the knees, and then bend the knees, look forward. Ooh, use the bend of the knees to pull the shoulder blades apart, looking beyond the end of your mat. Inhale, exhale. And then left hand slides down, both legs straighten out, grab behind the knee, the ankle, outside edge of the foot. Left arm rises when you're ready. Inhaling. Exhaling. Left arm crosses in front of right. The knees get a hug. They bend. The spreading of the knees pulls those shoulder blades way apart. Looking beyond the edge of the mat. We're moving beyond the mat, beyond the skin, beyond the room. Breathe in, breathe out, roll that spine, hands cross to the legs that they own, and then cat and cow. Now you guys know, modify, modify, modify. Any of that stuff that seemed like it wasn't appropriate from Monday, then don't do it. One more time. Cat posture, cow posture. Cat posture rolls you on up. Shoulders up, back and together. Present those palms, lifting the heart space. Heels in, toes in, a wide stance, but not quite so wide. The hands are going to make fists, move up just behind the upper hips back here, press the pelvis slightly forward. So we've got a little bit of a standing camel going on. Just to press through the front edges of those hip crests and the hip flexors, and add that lordosis back in that low spine. Next time you breathe in, lift. Hands together on the belly, the hips are in front of the heart, stepping the feet closer together. And check in. Am I closer to my center now? Some of you, I know you're really good at staying at center all the time. Some of us get thrown off pretty easily. It takes a little bit of time and a little bit of concentration to pull back into center so that I can then expand from there. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Arms reach out, palms up. Shift into that right foot. Those left toes go behind. This time, we're going to lift that leg out behind us straight. You can kind of just tip forward and hold there. Or you can turn the palms down, go back into that warrior three, if that would so please you. Or you can flip it all the way upside down, toe toward the ceiling. And for those of you that are working on splits, you can release the floor, grab the ankle, find your balance, and hold there. So for those of us that are here, hold here. Breathing in. Breathing out. And then wherever you are, start to roll those feet back together, bringing the body up, hands back to center. And breathe. Take your time to get there. If you've been spending a lot of time outside of yourself, trying to avoid the discomfort, bring it in. And then burst it back out. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Palm side rises, shift left. The toes slide behind. I either hold here, I bring it a little further forward. I lift, I shift. I warrior three if I love warrior three, or we flip it all the way upside down, standing split, releasing the floor if that calls to you. Or holding wherever you are. Make it yours. Breathe it in. And then slowly start to make your way back up to standing, nice and slow, so those blood pressure adjustments don't get us too terribly much. And bring it back in. Rein it in. Wherever your energy is leaking out to. Low back pain. There's this beautiful thing. It's the Chinese body chart. Low back pain, money worries. Holding on to family issues. Upper back pain has a different meaning. Hip pain has a different meaning. So, but that's leaking energy. Maybe if I'm leaking a little here and I'm leaking a little here and I'm leaking a little here, and then I don't seem to have enough energy for me or my family. So pull it all in. Exhale the hands down. Shift left, right toes start to sweep forward. Hold on to a chair if you need to. Let that leg rise. Pull up into that belly region. If the arms want to rise too, they rise. And we find the magic. Breathe in. Breathe out. That ankle crosses in front of the shin or above the knee. We hold. If you want to go into that flying crow, you can go into flying crow. That would be a bend at the waist. Forearms or upper arms. Lift, curve, lift that back leg, or jut it out behind you. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Release. Feet side by side. Hands into the belly. So even if I'm just standing like this, I'm breathing. I'm holding in, but not holding on. I'm pulling in so that I'm not scattered. Then I'm expanding by choice. Breathe in. Exhale those hands down. Shift right, left toes. Either hold here, hold on to something, or let that leg rise. If the hands want to reach all the way up, they can reach all the way up. Make this yours. Make sure you got room for expansion. And then we cross at the ankle, the shin, above the knee, whatever you love. And if you're going to go all the way to the balance, bring that leg down on top of those upper arms. Shift in, balance, and hold. And then when you're ready, you make your way back out. You expand again. And then you come back into center. Breathe it. Oh, next phase takes us to the ground. So chin drops. Hug that thyroid. Breath comes in. And then we start to slowly roll. Let the arms drip like melting wax. Let the crown of the head become heavy. The backs of the legs get long. The armpits start to open up. Hands go to thighs, shin, ankles, feet, or floor. Find a full breath. Left foot's going to step back. Drop that left knee. Pad up under that knee as necessary. Top of the foot comes down on the floor. Sweep the hands up. Low warrior. Breathing. Hands come together in prayer, and I simply turn to the right, or I bring the elbow down on the outside of the leg. If you are that person, you know who you are. Extend through that back leg, lift the knee off the floor, go into a full bound twist. Gorgeous. Otherwise, hold on the knees. Breathing in. Breathing out. Find 2 more breaths. Where are we going to dig them out of? Maybe it's the root chakra. Maybe it's my safety space. And then if the knee is up, bring that knee down. Slowly unwind. Press those hands up again. Inhale. Exhale. Anybody that wants to go the next step, either hold here, or we're going to take that back toe and we're going to point it at the ceiling. We're going to reach back with the right hand and we're going to hold. Now, if you need a lot of padding up under that knee, if you don't have carpet under you and you've not done this before, this is not the day probably. Breathe it in. Breathe it out, release. Hands to the floor. Curl those back toes. Step forward, forward fold. Last one for class. So all of those modifications, if you want to go ahead and sit on the floor and roll onto your back, you're more than welcome to. You do not have to do this next segment. Breathing. Knees bending that right leg. Steps back 30 so inches. The knee comes down. I'm going to move my foot forward. And then the arms come up high. Beautiful. So we pad up. We hold here. We make all the modifications that we need. The knee stays over that front ankle. Prayer hands. Do the simple twist and hold for the obliques. Or we reach in for the outside of that leg. We move the mac and cheese out of the way. We make it work as best as we can. And then if you want to straighten and extend that back leg to get that back knee off the floor, you're welcome to. Give yourself 3 more breaths. As that back knee lowers, we're going to unwind. We're going to expand up. Yes! Hold and breathe. Expand through the ribs as you breathe. Gorgeous. And then that back knee, I'm going to turn sideways so y'all can see. If you want to bend that back toe up, you bend it up. And then you reach back with that left hand and hold. If you want to go ahead and have a seat, hands go to the floor on either side of the front foot. We shift, we hit the hips, We release. One foot shifts underneath. The hips land, the legs sweep out front. You need to sit up on a blanket or a bolster or a pillow or the cat. Don't do that. Flex the feet. Move the fleshy bits, the mac and cheese and the pizza. Reach through the crown of the head, palms nice and open on the thighs if the body is willing. Check in again. Did I expand so much that I pulled myself away? Or am I still here with heart energy moving out? One more breath. Side out. Hands interlace. Either the knuckle side comes out or the palm side comes out. I know that carpal tunnel exists, and therefore turning the palms out doesn't work for all bodies. The thumbs point down, their head reaches up, shoulders are nice and relaxed. Turn to the right. Keep those feet flexed as best as you can. So it's just a right little twist to the right and hold. Finding that breath. Believing in the self. Sweep the arms up, let the body come through neutral. Feel the shoulders. Palms sweep down in front, flip them, and then the weird way, uncross, recross so that it feels strange. Point the toes for just a second. Push the knuckle side of the hand toward the toes. Stretch through that low back for just a moment. Breathing in. Breathing out. Steeple fingers here are the way that a lot of Bikram yogis do it. And then pull the body back, flip those hands if it's appropriate, flex the feet again, and then twist to the left. And we just hold. Now, pay attention to those sits bones. Are they even on the floor? Do I feel like I'm rising out of one side of my body but not the other? Where is my balance? Sweep out and up. Palms reaching up or knuckle side reach up. Breathe in, breathe out, and then release down. Palms come together at heart. Flip it forward like a shark fin. Reach beyond the toes, even if you're not going to reach beyond the toes. The point is to expand away from the pelvis. Slicing through. Breathe in, breathe out. Hands land on the toes, body curls down over the thighs. 3 breaths. Full expansion of the rib cage. Every time those lungs inflate, it hugs the heart. The 2 mechanisms creating the pressure that's necessary for blood to continuously move. Next time you breathe in, let the body roll up. Right knee rises. Left arm curls around. Right hand comes just behind, just to unwind some of that goodness back there. Upper arm clamps in nice and tight. So we've got that yogi twist going on. Now that left foot gets left out into no man's land. So bring it back in, flex that foot. Really press that upper arm in, pull that thigh in toward the chest, and then let the shoulders drop. Breathing in and out. Release slightly with the arm, slide the right hand back. Look toward that left toe. Hold the gaze on the left toe, but grab your right foot with your left hand and expand through the heel. You guys know where to go from here. This is one I teach a lot because people like. You can lift that back arm. You can lift the front leg. Find it, find it. You got it, you got it. That front leg bends. Oh, the hand comes down. The left arm is then going to reach straight up. The right foot pushes into the floor. We lift the hips, reaching either back and away over the head or straight up over the body. So a little supported wild thing. Breathe it in, breathe it out. Hips come down. Hold into that knee for a moment as you untwist. Extend that right leg. Oh, yes, rumble the back of those thighs. Liven the nervous system. Beautiful. Keep rumbling. Rumble till it seems unnecessary. 3, 2, 1. Pause and feel. Notice what the rumbling does to the body. Feet flex, hands come together in prayer. That prayer turns into a shark fin. That shark fin pushes beyond the toes. We slice through what seems impossible. Nothing is impossible if I lead with my heart. Hands drop back rounds. Because maybe there's a war going on between what I want and what is. If I find I'm leading with my heart and I'm finding frustration, maybe I need to take a step away. Because maybe I'm trying to view some situation with my mind. So I'm not seeing it clearly. I'm not expanding my heart and seeing it truthfully. Body rolls up. Left knee rises. Right arm wraps. Left arm sweeps back. He's got such good posture. She's such a proud yogi. It's good. So that upper arm presses in to lengthen the spine. Right foot gets that flex. Find the space between the shoulder blades and breathe there. Beautiful. Where else can you breathe? That left hand starts to slide back. I turn my gaze, I look at my right big toe, I'm all proud. And then the right hand reaches for that left foot, extending through the heel. Oh, this leg feels so much more. It's just more. This left leg is just more. And then that back arm rises if it wants to. That right leg rises if it wants to. Yeah, pulling through that center axis of the body. Things are going to want to spin out. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Put it down. Back hand lands. That foot lands. Right hand rises. So an assisted wild thing. Get up into that shoulder, into that side body. You want to expand into a full wild thing. Go for it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hips come down. Unwind. Both feet come to stand. Tuck in. Grab elbow to elbow. And lift the chest up the thighs. Drop the chin into the hollow of the throat to elongate the back of the neck. And then if a little balance would make you giggle, tip into your little egg. And prepare the mind for bridge posture. From here, you can expand fully up into upward facing boat. Arms would expand up and away. Legs would expand up and away. You can explode. Or you can simply roll down onto your back. I'm going to move my battery back. And then we'll roll down onto our backs. Nice. Roll that spine down nice and flat. Let the body make some space for itself. Feel the hips as they land. And then start to build the posture. Walk the feet right up under the knees. Walk the knees then where they need to go. If the knees are wanting to fall out, let the feet follow out, because that could be a comfort space for the knees. If it's a laziness in the inner thighs, then we walk the feet back together and we work the inner thighs instead. Soles of the feet kissing the mat or the floor. Use the press down of the feet to roll that lumbar spine flat into the floor. And then as that lower back flattens into the floor, extend that cervical spine, trying to pull the front of the throat down into the floor. Then bring the attention to the shoulder blades, continuously pressing through the feet. And then bring the hands either in beside the body, palms facing down, pinky side down, or whatever's going to work for the shoulders. Then with the press of the feet, start to let space appear between the sacrum and the floor and expand the belly toward the sky. It's the press of the feet. There's still elongation in the back of the neck. That jaw presses into the front of the sternum. Expand through the chest. Keep pressing through the feet until you feel the thighs engage. More space appears below the center of the back. If you want to walk the hands closer together underneath the back side of the body, you're welcome to. And then vice versa, if you need to lift and lower those hips to avoid back pain, then you lift a little and you lower, and you lift a little and you lower. 2 more breaths. Nice long hold here. Squeeze out any extraneous energy that's being held in that back. And on your next exhale, we roll down slowly. Keep the press of the feet. Keep the press of the feet. Keep the press of the feet. Really press the spine into the floor by using the feet. Press and press and press. And then release the feet. Let the knees fall out to the sides. Soles of the feet come together. Baddha Konasana knees. And become like a flat tire. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. Next breath in brings those knees up and together. Feet right under knees, low back pressed into the floor. Right ankle comes over the top of the thigh. We're going to twist here, so if you just need to go knee over knee and fold that way, more power to you. Otherwise, arms go out into T position. And then the foot side can come down, or the thigh side can come down. The safest twist is the thigh side, so that right thigh would come down to the floor. That elongates everything from the armpit down to the outside of the knee. The more concentrated low back twist is when the foot side comes down. We call one an open twist and the other the closed twist. When the foot side comes down, it closes the thigh over the lower belly, so it closes us down. One might feel better than the other. Whatever you do on side one, just make sure you do on side two. And if you just need to stack the knees, then just stack the knees. Breathe the ribs into the floor. It's by pressing down into the floor that we get full expansion out of the upper ribs. With the next breath, we unwind. Take that foot off. Swap with the opposite. And then whichever twist you did on the first side, please do that same one on the second side unless you experience pain. So either the thigh side comes down or the foot side comes down. Player's choice here. Shoulder blades as firm on the floor as they can. Stack the legs. Notice where you feel this most intensely. Intensity in the body can do one of two things. It can either steal concentration or have the concentration really become an extreme focus. You can use the intensity like a meditation, or just notice that it might be stealing your concentration. And then breathe into it. Breathe those bottom ribs down into the floor, expand the top. One more time, breathing down to expand up. And then the next breath in brings those knees up to rise. And then it is Shavasana time, or seated meditation time. So you can put something under the knees, something under the head. You can grab a blanket so you don't get cold. Find your comfort space. My original instructor always said that as soon as the body is uncomfortable or you have to pee, meditation is over. And it is the truth. So once you find your place of comfort, many of you are already there. Move back into those body spaces. Go inside first. Breathe into the toes. Breathe into the calves. Breathe into the glutes. Into the shoulder blades. Expanding through the back of the heart. And then the last breath goes right into the back of the skull. Now that we're grounded in the body, go back into physical heart space. Notice if you can feel it murmur. Its little lub-dub. And then go into energetic heart space. And then expand. Use joy. Joy is the driving factor. Normally we say heart space is green, but let your heart space take on any color glow that joy makes for you. Hot pink, gold, blue, silver. With each breath, let that fill the body. until you break through, moving out and out and out. Notice if you've expanded so much, you can feel your body pulse with the rhythm of your heart. Feeling the surge of energy created by that little electrical node on the heart. Bring awareness to the tongue and the temperature inside the mouth. Bring awareness to the skin around the eyes. And the space between the big toe and the second toe. That somewhat sweaty space right there at the base of the spine. And without pulling the energy back in, decide whether you want to stay where you are or roll up to seated. If you're already seated, just continue to breathe. Be full of joy. It's hard. It really is. And it's not, because it really isn't. That's duality, trying to bring us out of duality into just being. Being okay with who we are, being okay in our space, knowing it's okay to both say yes or no. Lengthen through the spine, root yourself down. Breath and a sigh expands you beyond your skin. 3 sounds to match the way you feel. Belly, ribs, and collarbones. Breathe into that belly space. Ooh. Breathe into the ribs. Ooh. Expand, fill it up all the way to the shoulders. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om is the sound of unity. Namaste. I love you all. I am so grateful that you all have come to join us. Come together in little squares. I love you too.